Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Adulting with Angel. I'm your host Angel Mariah, and in today's video I wanted to share with you guys the importance of getting your life back on track. Full transparency with you guys, I will be the first to admit that in the social media age it is very easy to be influenced, distracted, and deceived. However, at the end of the day, it is your responsibility to take control of your life. We have free will and you're the only one who has the power to make sure that your life is heading in the direction of your dreams. With that being said, I have 10 tips for you guys today to help you get back on track and get started on those New Year's resolutions and goals for 2023. Tip number 1, reestablish your goals. I can't even begin to tell you how much we grow in such a short period of time. It is important to keep realigning with yourself and making sure that the goals that you set for yourself initially are the same goals that you want now and in the long run. With that being said, it is so important to remember what it is you are trying to accomplish, and you want to be very specific about your goal. I know for me, that has been the way that I've achieved all my goals for myself, is I give myself a specific thing I'm trying to target. I give myself a certain amount of time, and I give myself measurable successes along the way. I think that we get discouraged when we set out goals because we give ourselves such a huge goal, and then we forget that along the way, we're still making strides towards that goal. Small success is just as important as large success. Never undersell your small successes. I do it all the time. After we have our goals, we want to make a plan for success. This looks a lot of different ways for a lot of different people. I think when it comes to making a vision board or giving yourself a visual to look at, it really challenges us to be realistic and look within and think, okay, is it really possible for me to have that house in 5 years? Or if it is, what do I have to do now to make that attainable? I'll be honest, making my 5-year plan, my 2023 vision board, goal board, has been rough because I don't know what I want. And how are we supposed to know? We're only 20, okay? Okay. I've always been a 5-year plan type of person. I give myself 5 years to kind of decide what life I want to achieve at the end of the 5 years and go from there. The last time I did this was in 2016 when I was in high school. I was like, oh my God, like I'm about to graduate high school. What am I gonna do? And I gave myself 5 years because 1, time is of the essence, but 2, it can be overwhelming to give yourself large goals with no time frame. This also allows you to give yourself a broad goal that you don't necessarily fail at. You don't want to give yourself goals and aspirations that are unrealistic because that is the #1 way to get your feelings hurt. Tip number 3 for you guys is going to be very controversial, but someone has to tell it to you. And I'm going to be the someone to tell you, you can be the problem. When it comes to chasing your goals with your dreams, your aspirations, you are your biggest weakness. You can destroy anything that you dream of. And I say this to my friends a lot of the times because when I have these conversations with people, the #1 thing is, I don't think I can, or I'm not sure if I'm ready, and it's always, I'm not sure. When you know what you're capable of, nothing can stop you. And when you have big goals and big aspirations in life, the first thing that you're gonna run into is haters. And haters love to pick you apart and find things that you don't believe in yourself with and blow them out of proportion. So when you are confident in what you are going to do, no one can hold you back. When I was in high school and I told my friends, I'm gonna have a master's degree by the time you graduate from undergrad, they were laughing. But guess what? I have a master's degree and they're still an undergrad, so perspective is reality. Tip number 4 is going to be discipline and consistency. In the new year, I want to challenge you to turn your focus away from instant gratification and look at long-term sustainability. I know some of us are going to fall off the wagon, but maybe you can stick it through this year. Stay consistent with the gym, with your goals, with your savings. Be consistent. It will pay off in the long term. And I'm a big person who believes that every day is not given and life is not guaranteed for anyone. Opportunities come and go, but just be mindful. You don't need it today. Number 5 is going to be to stop comparing yourself to other people. Although this is very similar to number 4, the difference I want to make here is that you need to learn to humble yourself. We all got to do it at some point. Everyone's goals are so different. And when you see someone flexing something that you want or you have, there's 2 ways you can go about it. You can compare yourself and you can say, ugh, I wish I had an Audi SUV, but I can't afford it and I'm stuck with this 2001 Honda. Okay, pessimist. Or you can think, wow, That is so impressive that that 23-year-old has an Audi SUV. I wonder how she did it. Everything in life has two perspectives, and that's something I really want to bring to light on this channel. Anything I say, there's a for and there is a fro. You can agree or you can disagree. But the number one thing I want you to know is that not everyone gets to live today, so you better be grateful for what you have. Well, I'm about to shed a tear. Number 6, the only failure when it comes to your goals is giving up. The only way that you technically can fail at something is if you just give up whole and whole. I'll be honest, life is hard. Being in your 20s is such a weird time because there's some girls who are getting married, there's some girls who are single and drunk at the bar every night, there's some people who have babies. Like, it is such a weird time, but only you know what works for you. Every year I see myself giving up on my YouTube channel. I start not prioritizing myself. I stop prioritizing my hobbies and my passion projects. In the new year, prioritize yourself. Do not give up on yourself. Make your dreams a reality. Be delusional. Just don't fail. And I think a really big thing is you can have big dreams. Like, there's nothing wrong with having big dreams, but maybe we start here. And if we do it little by little, a little becomes a lot, and a lot becomes the outcome that we dreamed of. Number 7, patience is key. Let me just start by saying Rome wasn't built in a day, okay? When it comes to your goals, when it comes to the things that you want in life, understand that it can't happen overnight. Nothing in this world comes free without hard work. Unless you're a nepotism baby. But even then, your parents put in some hard work, so I give them credit where credit's due. We can't all start off graduating high school with a luxury apartment and a luxury car and vacations every week. It's not for everybody. And for the people that it is for, you lucky bastard, because I wish I was you. I wish I was you, my boy. I really do. And there's nothing wrong with being jealous, envious, but understand that patience is everything. You can't have everything overnight, but you can have everything eventually. I encourage you to give yourself very specific goals, give yourself a time frame as to when something might be realistic, and talk to the people in your life. And understand there's nothing wrong with asking people who've already done what you want for help. Number 8, use your time wisely. I'll say it once and I'll say it again. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. Some people reach success. Some people make excuses. Time is such a gift and a curse. And I want to do a little story time to give you guys my perspective on this, and maybe this might help give some light into your life. Honestly, when I was in grad school, I worked a full-time job and I part-time coached. And when I tell you there was not time in the day for me to catch a breath, I was working from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. every day, had class, had readings, had assignments, killing myself. At that point in my life, I was so frustrated because all of my passion projects just kept failing. And when I say failing, they just didn't come to fruition. I just didn't have the time. And now that I have been dreaming of these passion projects and making notes and kind of outlining what I want to do, now that I have the time, my goals are just coming to life in full bloom. And it is such an amazing feeling. And that's the kind of feeling that you feel when you don't give up on your dreams. You just kind of put them here. And you use your time wisely. When I was in college, I used the time I had to pursue internships, to try new things, to meet new people, and all those experiences set me up for success in the job I have today that allows me with the time for the passion projects that I've always wanted to do. And the money, because a lot of things don't happen without money. When it comes to your time, do what works best for you. And that's really the most important thing I want you to get up from my channel, is that this is your life and you need to do what works for you in your life. I am so grateful for the time that I have, and I'm being selfish with my time. And I want to encourage you to remember that although we're setting up our lives for success for 80, 90 years, also make sure that you're happy with the life you're living today for your tomorrow self. And when I was working my first job out of college, I thought it was great. When I got the job, I was so happy. It was exactly the field I wanted to be in. The pay was absolute trash, but that just seems to be the case 99% of the time. And after about 2 months in, I decided, I was like, this is not for me. I'm unhappy. And when I was working that job and I was unhappy, I kept thinking to myself, okay, but if I give it 6 months, or if I wait till the end of the year, or if I wait this, if I wait that, why? Why give yourself time to be unhappy? So I started applying for jobs, and now I'm in a job that I absolutely adore. Use your time. I want to teach you to be selfish, Being selfish was always one of my least adored traits growing up by the people in my life, but it works for me. And it's funny because now that I'm thinking about becoming a mom, I worry that my kids are going to be selfish because I have no concept of sharing. But anyways, just because you have time doesn't mean you have to use it. It's your time. It's your 24 hours in the day. So if you had a workout class you want to go to, if you have something that you're doing for yourself, even if it's just your skincare routine, do it. Just because it's your time and you have it available doesn't mean it's available for everyone else. Building off of what I said in the last point is going to be point number 9, is enjoy what you do. I've always found that when you're passionate about something, you always tend to show up for yourself. When it comes to getting your life back on track, when you're happy with the things you're doing, you'll be amazed with how much more you can accomplish just by being positive and enjoying your life. I didn't like the city I was living in, so I left. And I left again, and now I'm here. Only you know what works for you. So enjoy it. And try new things. There's nothing wrong with trying something and failing. Now I say that, but if I fail, I'm gonna be mad about it. But there's nothing wrong with it. You're in your 20s. Enjoy your life in your 30s and your 40s. Honestly, in your 50s and 60s. Change shit up. I don't see why not. Tip number 10 is going to be fall in love with the journey and not just the result. I left this as number 10 because it kind of summarizes everything that I have mentioned to you guys today. When you make goals, they tend to be short-term. New Year's resolutions are always short-term. I say short-term because it's something you want to accomplish within the duration of a year. But when you start looking at long-term goals and your aspirations in life and your dream life, all the goals along the way are just setting you up for what you want in the end goal. What's your end game? So when you enjoy the little goals that you set for yourself along the way, and it's kind of like a gold star, every time you do something you get a little gold star, you tend to want to get more. You get one gold star, you want a second, you want a third. As we come to the end of this episode, I want to thank you guys again for your endless support in my passion project. This is my education, my personal life, my experiences. If it doesn't apply for you, I do apologize, but there's only so much I can do. However, if you do find yourself wanting more tailored advice or having any questions, shoot me a DM on Instagram if you want to be private. If you want other people to hear your trauma and get an answer as well, you can leave a comment on any of my public videos because I do like to help. Thank you again for your support, and I hope you have a fabulous week. If you are interested, please make sure to subscribe and like, as it does help me to continue my passion project and doing all the things that I enjoy. And if you are willing, and if you have the means, I would definitely appreciate a donation to the Make-A-Wish Foundation in honor of my late friend Nyla. Thank you guys, and have a great week.